Okay, Megavanan everyone. I wanted to just kind of talk about or even rant about lack of physical strategy guides. Uh, it seems like, or I mean, I looked at this one here. I don't know if they still make physical strategy guides in general, or maybe not as much. But I was trying to look for one for Oblivion Remastered. I already have the original Oblivion strategy guide, which is the official one put out by Bethesda. And look at this. I looked this up, but first I was looking on Amazon. This, by the way, looks like shit, but I'll go to a sample later. And I'm seeing these things, official guide, looks official. And then I look here. While an official strategy guide book for the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered published by Bethesda itself doesn't seem to exist, there are numerous strategy guides available created by independent publishers. Oh, okay, right? So I look at something like this, and it has very bad reviews. Now look at this. This is just really bad. 1 star. He put really tiny guide, not great, incredibly small, not as advertised. Just look at all these bad things. Does not tell you everything, and no side quests, which it was advertised before you bought it. It's okay book, but to me, the original Oblivion strategy guide, which is official, is much more better, which is the one I have. This one here. Look at these crazy prices. What the f... $3.99. This is what tells me that physical things are going away. And look at these Oblivion Remastered stuff getting such bad reviews. Now look at this crap. Okay, look here. Look he puts his hand so you can see the size. What? Look at that print. It just looks bad. Okay. And I would read articles and I see a lot of typos, and I just think that the world has just gotten lazy, ever since 2020, and the physical media is going away, has pretty much now almost gone away at this point. So they're not putting their heart into making anything anymore. And there isn't even an official strategy guide by Bethesda themselves for Oblivion Remastered, probably because everyone can just look things up, online. And since it's virtually the same, maybe like the same quests as the original, but that's why they didn't do it. But I feel as if they still should, because if you look here, I asked if it would differ from Oblivion Remastered, if it would differ from here. Hold on. Yeah, okay, here it is. So I asked the question: Oblivion Remastered strategy guidebook different from original? Yes, Oblivion Remastered has several changes that would make a strategy guide focused on original game outdated or inaccurate. While the core gameplay remains largely the same, there are no significant differences. Oh, there are significant differences in graphics, mechanics, and new content that would need to be reflected in a strategy guide for the remastered version. So, there are some, differences, which, like sprinting for one. So, I just really think there should have been an official one that kind of talks about the different changes, even if it's repeating everything from the original one plus some new things. They can add, I think the original guide didn't contain any of the DLC homes like Battlehorn Castle, and Deep Scorn Hollow. What I loved about those strategy guides, and I have it, I just gotta dig it up again, it has a description of the homes, and I absolutely love that. I'll show you on the wiki later, but in just a little bit. But here, look at the sample. This looks very cool, by the way. See, you look at this. But, I noticed something suspicious about this. It doesn't say official, right? And Danielle Branson. Okay, and here's a sample of what it looks like inside. Right? Look at this. This is a sample. This looks bad. Okay, and not anywhere do I see a description of any of the houses. This is what the pages look like. What? And I bet you it's going to be filled with typos. Just like everything else, because people have become kind of dumb. Yeah, this is not good. So good thing I looked at all this, and I'm not going to be buying this strategy guide. Now let me show you what I really love about the strategy guide, the original one, and hopefully it's here online. Okay, see, something like this, and I think this is description taken right out of the strategy guide. So the Anvil home, upon purchasing Benares Manor, that text is so small, the font, sorry about that, but in Anvil you will notice that it is in disrepair inside and out. However, as you complete Where Spirits Have Lease, the house will be restored to its former beauty. During the quest, ghosts can be found within the house. Even after its restoration, it's a little dark inside, but it has a balcony, a loft office upstairs overlooking the seating area, 33 containers in the basement, and a secret chamber. Note that you should not use this house for storage before completing the quest, as any items in the house will be lost when the house is repaired. Once you've completed the quest, however, all the containers are safe for use. Note that the remains of ghosts you encounter on the quest stay in the house for a while, but do go away eventually. Baroness Manor is the only house for sale in the cities that uses a quest to renovate, furnish it, and not purchasable upgrades. You see? Look at that. And the Braville, right? The house in Braville is in the south part of town, over the bridge, and then to the left, on the south side of the canal below Luciano Galino's house. It's the bottom floor of two-story house and is very small, not much better than the waterfront district shack for sale, but it does have twice as much floor space. Count Regalis himself describes it as a squalid little shack. The house is good choice if in the Thieves Guild. As the fence Luciana Galina lives above, and then Skingrad. The house in Skingrad, Rosethorn Hall, is in the southeast corner of town. Sorry, it's so small, so I have a hard time squinting and having a hard time. Is the grandest and most expensive home that can be bought. Rosethorn Home was formerly owned by Vandellerlin Shabatius, but he is evicted when you buy the house. A housekeeper is available for hire upon purchase of the servants' quarters upgrade. I don't think this is exactly the same descriptions. I remember it being, better in the book. Now, these houses here, they're not in the strategy guide, so this is what we get. And yeah, see, now this is really descriptive. This is the castle from the Fighter's Stronghold official download. The assorted quest is required to claim it as your home. It is designed for warriors and combat-based characters. The castle has 3 hidden doors. The easiest can be found by exploring the basement. A door at the back of the wine cellar leads to a hidden pillar door on the main floor. The second is a hidden pillar door at the back of the private quarters. This door leads to a small storage vault with 3 chests, 2 barrels, a box, and a jewelry case. In the ceiling is a trap door that leads to the roof, where you will find a steel bow, arrows, and some mugs, presumably for drinking and shooting from the roof of your castle. Oh, see, I love that. There is a journal on the top of the bookcase that leads you to the 3rd secret door, behind the archery target in the weapons room in the basement. Use the unlit wall candelabra to the right to open the door. Travel through another hidden pillar door to fight the skeleton and lich that inhabit the castle's grotto. See, I love it. Look here. Deepscorn Hollow. This is not a house in the traditional sense, but Deepscorn from the Viral Lair official DLC. Quests must be completed to actually own it. Well, there really isn't, but it is tailored for evil or criminal characters. This house is for those that wish to live like the Dark Brotherhood, but do things their own way. The lair is in a very hard-to-reach area of the map in a swampy area and is decorated with interesting and morbid items. When the upgrades are completed, you have the perfect house for a vampire assassin. The Shrine of Sithis can cure illnesses if your infamy is too high to use the temples. Oh, that's nice. See, if you have no infamy and you have, or I think infamy is okay, but so long as your fame is higher than your infamy, you can still use the churches to heal yourself. But if it's reversed, they won't work. So that's why you have the Shrine of Sithis here. So that's really nice, that they have that. And the Font of Renewal can cure vampirism. It offers many poisonous plants, some unique. You can even send out a dark minion to kill in the name of Sithis. I like that. For you. Storing the items of the victim in the layer's chest, though this will earn you an infamy point. It is possible to obtain and use the layer's benefits, except the Shrine of Sithis, and sending the dark minion without earning any infamy points. The Great Cowl of Nocturnal may be used to circumvent these restrictions, but a character concerned with keeping infamy at 0 is unlikely to have obtained the cowl. So you see, I love that. I think these houses here were a bit more descriptive, like as descriptive as these bottom ones, but since there was no official notes on these in the strategy guide, they put it here, you see. But I think in the strategy guide it's a bit more descriptive, like they talk about all the different rooms, and see how like with this one you have like very the imagery, see, presumably for drinking and shooting from the roof of your castle. I love that. In fact, I love these descriptions here so much of the DLC stuff that I printed them out many years ago, 10, 15 years ago. I printed them out when I had a printer before, and just to keep it, together with my strategy guide to go along with the rest of these, house descriptions, and there's one for Arbor Watch. And let me see here. Where's Coral? Okay. Arbor Watch is a house for sale in Coral's Great Oak Place next to the Mages Guild Hall. It features a sitting area, study, kitchen area, and drinking area on the ground level. It also has 2 upper levels. One houses a servant's quarters as well as a bedroom, while the other is a master suite. Completing a shadow over Hackdirt grants a disposition of 100 with Cedisnine or Cednius, which helps with prices. Note that while one upgrade available for purchase is the house servant's quarters, no help for hire is available for this house. Yeah, I think in the book it's a bit more descriptive, but maybe this is how it was and I'm just remembering it differently. But see, I love that. This is why I love strategy guides, and what we have here is just whoops, well, is just crap, you know. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. There is no actual official Oblivion remake or remastered strategy guide, and the ones that they do have available seem to be crap.